Okay, this is a true story. So I told my bestie, I was like, yeah, I want this kind of house. I want the patio, the barbecue, I want the acreage, and I want the soaker jacuzzi tub, and yada, yada, yada. I want my own makeup, you know, area separate from the bathroom. I got to have a separate shower. I told her every beautiful thing I want in my home because I thought she wouldn't want that because she too, she too edgy for that. She wants enclosed. I wanted space. She wants to be around people she can flaunt. And I'm just the opposite. So she bought the house and I kept saying, why is she bugging me to come see her house? She got everything I wanted in the house, but guess what? She ain't happy. And she is miserable because she's living the life I want to live. You got to do you, boo. You can't live for someone else. When you die, you want to say, I copied her. I did everything she wanted to do. I monitored her. I stalked her. I preyed on her. When we all said and done, you want to say, I was a good, kind, blessed person of God. I did right by people. I didn't walk around scorning people, hurting people, because hurt people hurt people. So you got to start the healing process by saying, I'm not going to go. This one girl I know, nameless Natasha Brown, she took my husband, and my daughter would tell me these stories that all she do is take other men's husband. She never been married. She never had a man of her own. She only took people's husband who loved their man, who she saw they was happy, and it was her thing to make them miserable because she had the big butt and the titties and, the nasty smile. But all along, she was just plotting and playing. When you leave, when you dead, they're going to put on you, rest in hell, bitch, because all you did was hurt people. So I saw her on my brother page. She's coming after my brother now. And I try to tell my brother, listen, man, she's out to hurt me. She don't want you. She just want to know that she ruined me and destroyed me because she know I love you. She going after people I love. She made my kids hate me. They are lying on me. They're telling me I did things I never did. I never braided my daughter's hair when she was crying. Whenever I braided my daughter's hair, she would sleep or she fell asleep because I don't braid tight. You see my braids? They are loose. They are not tight. I don't braid tight. And every time I'm braiding, I'm like, do it hurt, do it hurt. And if anybody know me, I don't like crying. My sister, 50-something years old, if she cried today, I'll give her whatever she needs to stop her from crying. So I never had a crying back. My father had to tell me to let my child cry because it was good for their lungs. Because he saw me like, listen, put a pacifier in mouth, do something. I don't like crying babies because I think it's something they crying for, something they need, something they want, something is not being done right, or they not happy and they want your attention. So I heard my son braiding his daughter's hair, and I'm sitting there like, I'm watching this abuse, and I'm not doing nothing. Because in my mind, I'm like, I spoiled him. I taught him that this is right, and that's his daughter, and I can't overstep his boundary. But he's in my house, and he's got these neighbors looking at me like, why you got this baby screaming? My granddaughter. So I'm like, you know what? I should have stepped up and I should have got some balls about me and say, I know that's your child, but you in my home and you not going to be braiding her hair. Was she crying and screaming like that? Put that joker in a ponytail and keep it moving. You don't have to do people's hair and they crying. Kids are going to yell when they first, touch it. But if you do it so that they're comfortable and they nice, make that hair nice and soft, put some detangler in there, get some smooth gel, put the air dryer on cold or cool so it don't burn them or make them scared. You got to make them comfortable doing their hair so they love doing their hair. Put a mirror so they see how beautiful they're going to look the outcome. My daughter begged me. She wouldn't even go to school unless her hair was done. So, when you smoking weed, that's why I don't like people smoking weed because they start to believe stuff that ain't true. And they start to say things out their mouth. And I just said, looking at my son crying, like he was such a brilliant child. life fucked him up. The day he got into this fight and I saw his face busted up, he looked like Martin when that guy boxed him and he was on the wall like, do you love me? And I'm like, you got to love. But I'm like, I sent him to Florida State with my sister, and that was probably the one start of the biggest disaster of my life. Because he got this resentment going on. He got his girlfriend telling him it was stupid to run away because now everybody think you ran from the fight. And you got my sister telling him all these jealous things because my family's always been jealous of me. No matter how much I supported them, protected them, loved them, something in their bloodline or generational, they just don't like me. They've never supported me. They've never been there to help me. They have never had my back on nothing. And when my son come to them or my daughter come to them, they use that. And it's like this deep-seated jealousy, envy, hate. I don't know what it is, but it used to make me really sick. Neurologically, I had mild strokes because stress can kill. High blood pressure is the first thing. When somebody tell you got high blood pressure, you need to de-stress. Like, take everything that's out in your life that is causing you misery, worry, anxiety, take it out. If you want to survive, take it out. You got the de-stress life. And I keep looking at life, and I keep saying the purpose of life. We all live, we all die, and in between there, what are we doing? How are we changing? How are we growing? How are we making life better for the next generation to come? I look at these kids and I cry, Generation X. I want it to be a beautiful, loving, supportive, like, let's supply needs. Let's make people want to be happy, want to survive. Seniors and disability, we should have every amenity known to life because we endured so much, so many things we've done in life that it's time for us to say, you know what, now we just need to enjoy life. If we need a recliner, get it. If we need a bed, these beds now are so cheap. After a year laying in them, the middle just breaks your back and you start suffering. And these people, where I live, I swear everybody watches me. It's too quiet. They make me paranoid. Every time I move, I hear a knock. And it's like, you know your Wi-Fi is being watched when you go to your Wi-Fi and you say, who's all these connections on my Wi-Fi browser? Who's watching everything I browse? The building landlord want to know what you're doing, how you doing it, when you're doing it. He want to smell your pussy, make sure it's clean. And I'm like, wow. I want to live life where I really feel free, like slavery is over. But this new thing they got where they can monitor what you watching on TV. They can come through your TV to get you to buy things they know you need. I was like, how they know I need that? The perfect items that I need. I'm like, they call that algorithms or you know, but I'm like, wow, for real. It's like they check my blood pressure and they send me a blood pressure monitor. Life is crazy. I love you guys.